It is time now for the Peter Channel Morning News on this Tuesday morning, February 2nd, 2016. Good morning to you all. This lovely Tuesday morning, February 2nd, 2016. Morning news at 9. Top story at 8:01 in the morning time is Senator Ted Cruz's attack on Donald Trump's New York House helped secure him a victory in the 9-1 caucus on Monday. The Texas Republican told ABC News Monday evening here. As we look at the Iowa caucus, Ted Cruz here, winner with 27.65% of the votes. Donald Trump, 24.31% of the votes, and Marco Rubio, 24.9% of the votes. Here, on the Democratic side, it is too close to call. Hillary Clinton with 49.84% of the votes, while Bernie Sanders with 49.54% of the votes. Here, okay, other news here. You really know a movie is a classic and has become a pop culture touchstone when the Dead Sleep reference and quoted that it's to be the culture term for a universally recognized life experience just like Groundhog Day or else. Thanks to the Bill Murray classic, people have never stopped saying that. Wow. Punxsutawney Phil has spoken. It's going to be an early spring. In Geneva, the Zika virus linked to an aggressively outbreak in Latin America could spread to Africa and Asia. The world's highest birth rates, the World Health Organization warned that the launch of the global response unit against the new emergency. Washington, to help U.S. commander for the fight against ISIS on Monday, slipped the idea of cover bombing the terror group. London, British Prime Minister David Cameron says the proposal to change the British relationship with the European Union reflect real progress, but that more work has to be done. U.S. drug maker Pfizer incorporated which in the process of buying Botox maker Allergen PLC for $160 billion forecast 2016 revenue and earnings. Lower analyst estimates cited the general competition for a stronger dollar. Geneva, opposition has no opportunity for peace talks. A Jewish man passes the battle when free speech out during the poorest real demonstration on the Amsterdam Soviet Union. Most Israelis went peace talks but are skeptical. Berlin, the German government says Chancellor Angela Merkel has urged President Vladimir Putin to use Russia's influence with separatists in Eastern Ukraine to help secure progress toward a political solution. As Malaysia's government seeks to shut through on one funded fuel, another one opens as world scandals that have hit the country for 7 months ever. Premier's Barbara, senior baker, likened the climate to HBO's Game of Thrones. In Bangkok, airport, Scottish tourists visiting. Thailand died after the elephant he and his stepdaughter were riding through the mom off its back and gored him. Berlin, a 13-year-old German girl admitted she had lied about being gang raped by a Middle Eastern man to explain her 30-hour disappearance with a 19-year-old male. Three teens arrested in connection with a shooting at Seattle almost kept the jungle. It wasn't much, but it was something that was 2 weeks ago. Seattle and Bird Tim had no idea to do with enemy problem homelessness. Acting U.S. Attorney for the North District of California, Matt Stretch spoke next to the San Francisco Mayor Ed Lee as San Francisco police face U.S. Justice Department review. However, Clark said Lucas died in 2010 with just 7 months old. His Clark donated baby boys organs, including his aunt, which went to Esther Gonzalez's young daughter, Jordan Drake. Washington, Mount Valley, and Matt Huckabee ended the presidential campaign Monday after failing to register in the Iowa caucuses. In Charlotte, North Carolina, North Carolina team was denied for the murder of his neighbor the same day he was charged with trying to help the Islamic State. Alphabet's every are unsurpassed losing money, but Google is the core has never been stronger. London, BP slumped to its biggest annual loss last year and announced thousands more job cuts on Tuesday, showing that even one of the list oil producers is struggling in its West market downturn in over a decade. London, Wall stocks dipped after 3 days. Running gains in emerging markets were back under pressure on Tuesday as sharp drop in oil prices following lackluster economic data sparked renewed nerves. The Dow down 17.12 points at 64.49 for the 18, SP 500 1939.38, and NASDAQ 4,620.37. Here, Abbott said on Monday that it agreed to acquire Ellery for an expected $5.8 billion in assets diagnosed business Ellery, which has a market value of $3.2 billion as of Friday. Makes point of a current medical test that can provide results. Britain's fertility regulator approved the use of the new confidential gene editing technique on human embryos in remote national parks on the border of Ethiopia and Sudan. Researchers have confirmed they saw small population lines, a number of them, which are declining drastically as much of Africa. Jerusalem researcher cave dwells enjoy much on tortoises, rusting on shells, and is an obsessive scientist. Rand Bakar, an archaeologist at Tel Aviv University, said on Tuesday. 2 E. coli outbreaks linked to the Chipotle Mexican Grill Incorporated that affected more than 50 people across 40 states to be over. The U.S. said, for girls and young women, get it a lot. of a fabricant payoff decades later with a lower risk of development breast cancer called a large U.S. study said. Washington shared bacteria in the operating room normally is no, but a novel experiment of researchers are given babies born by C-section, but those are presumably protected germs from the member of the birth canal. And marijuana is often depicted as an entirely safe form of drug that is even medically beneficial, but a new study indicates that there is one of the big side effects on the brain. Here. An early morning robbery at the CBS and illustrated as two were in custody at Fort Large, and scene was established. Peter Cheldusab's out 8:07 on this Tuesday morning. Ta-da for a spot report here. Tonight, the Boston Bruins will be at the Garden at 7 o'clock. Take out a Toronto Maple Leafs, while the Boston Celtics will be down to the Garden Madison Square Garden at 7:30 p.m. tonight against the New York Knicks, while the Norton Lancers girls basketball team will be at Northern High School tonight. Take out the Maryland Blackhawks. Game time 6:30 p.m. here. And the Norton Lancers boys basketball team will be in Bellingham taking on Bellingham Blackhawks. Game time 6:30 p.m. During Monday's opening media extravaganza, Peter Manning again bashed HGH allegation made by Jersey America. I can't speak of anyone else. Manning said he and story involving several professional athletes. Looking at the New York Yankees' biggest headaches after Monday news of the fellow baseman Greg Bird's season-ending injury. As Greg Bird's injury adds a list of Yankees' big headaches. Peter Cheldusab is out 8:07, now 8:08. It is signing off a Trevor Portier on this Tuesday morning here. Let's start off. And around here where 95 of the stop on side it is so from second all at the downtown Providence, 146 of the stop on side, so from Route 15 all the way at the downtown Providence here, 95 of the northbound side, so from the airport connect all the way at the downtown Providence here, around Route 195 into the westbound side, the next to the round, Route 114A, 114 in East Providence, Seacock, Stretch, Spectral Lays, and 195 westbound from 114 all the way out to Route 44. Route 285 at the northbound side, next around Route 7 in Smithfield, so Spectral Lays here. 285 to southbound side, so from Route 6 in Johnson all the way out to Route 12 Crescent, and 285 at the northbound side, and it's so around Route 37 in Crescent here. 95 at the northbound side, a little around Route 4 in East Greenwich. East Bay Bridges and Jamestown Bridge, Lungan, Route Newport Bridge to the westbound side, a little so before the Jamestown Bridge and Mantle Bridge, a little so before the Portsmouth section here. Out in Connecticut, 95 on the southbound side, and so from Fayetteville all the way at the New York State border here. Moving across Parkway slope between Bridgeport and Norwalk here. And it's also so from Hampton stretch, I-91 on the southbound side, also before New Haven stretch. Due to a couple of accidents here around 91 on the southbound side, around New Haven stretch. 691 in the eastbound side, but also around the 17th stretch, I-84 to the westbound side. Also from 17 all the way at the Waterbury. I-84 to the eastbound side, slow from Farmington all the way to downtown Hartford. I-84 to the westbound side, slow from further to downtown Hartford. 384, get an accident before I-84 Hartford get there, and I-84 to the, on the westbound side, we have an accident here around Forbes Street, so expect delays. 291 on the westbound side, it is so between I-84 and I-91 and Connect. Here, do an accident, 291 westbound around Route 5 here. I-91 on the southbound side, it is so from 218 all the way out to downtown Hartford. I-91 on the northbound side, so from Rock Hill all the way out to Hartford here. 91 on the northbound side, a little so between Route 57 and Agawam and 291 in Springfield. Mass Market interchange with 291, it's a little so. Out in Worcester here, 290 in the eastbound side, so from all the way to Route 9 in Worcester. 146 on the southbound side, slow after the Mass Market. 146 on the northbound side, slow to the accident on. 146 northbound for Route 290 here. 495 on the southbound side, Little Swamp. 290 Barber. 495 on the northbound side, so from Milford all the way out to Route 9 in Westbury here. 24 on the northbound side, a little slow. From Harrison Boulevard to Avon. And Route 3 to the northbound side, it is slow from Cherry Street and 100 with Braintree split. 24 to the northbound side, a little slow around Route 44 at the top there. San Francisco Expressway on both ends of the slow from Dorchester all the way out to Braintree split. Braintree split is slow. 95 and 24 slow around Route 128 here. 128 on the northbound side, it is so from B Street to Dedham all the way out to Route 20 Waltham. Due to a couple of accidents on 128 on the northbound side around Route 1 in Dedham and around Exit 80, which is Great Plains Avenue, Needham, around Highland Avenue, Needham, and 120 to south outside it did. So do the next around Route 9 in Wellesley. 120 to south outside it. So from Redding all the way out to Route 9 in Wellesley here. Mass Park to the eastbound side. It is slow from New Natick all the way out to the Austin Bartels Mass Market to the westbound side. So from Southeast Expressway all the way out to the Austin Bartels. Doo and exited on Route 20 to the westbound side of Brighton. Here. 93 to the southbound side. It is slow from Lawrence all the way out to Route 125. And off end of it, hit the brakes again from 37C all the way out to the Zankin Bridge. Here. Route 1 to the southbound side is slow from Route 60 to River all the way out to Route 93 in Charlestown. 7 to Tunnel, it's slow. Cali Tunnel's looking good. Here. 120 to the northbound side. It is slow from 95 in Peabody, all the way up to Route 114 in Peabody. Here. 128 on the northbound side. It was slow from Lexington to Route 2 all the way to Route 3 in Burlington. Here. Route 2 on the westbound side is slow through the Lexington stretch. Route 2 on the eastbound side is slow from Arlington all the way up to Fresh Pond Parkway in Cambridge. Here. Route 2 on the eastbound side and then slow from Harvard all the way to Littleton. Here. Route 3 to the southbound side, so from Route 40 to Chelmsford all the way to Bill Records, due to the accident on Route 3 to the southbound side of Bill Records stretch, and another accident on ramp 2. 495 to Route 3. 495 to the southbound side, so from 133 to Lexington all the way out to Tewksbury. 495 to the northbound side, so from Route 3 all the way out to Route 3 to Tewksbury. Here. Up in Vermont, I-91 on the northbound side, a little slow from Putney stretch here. 93. Everett Turnback slow for the Manchester stretch. Everett Turnback on the northbound side, slow from 293 to downtown Manchester by Route 3. 93 on the southbound side, and then slow from 293 all the way at the Derry, Rapture, and Route 101 is slow before. Route 95 on the eastbound side here, and up in Maine. Maine, Turnback is looking good from York to Augusta via Paulson 295. Look good for Port of Augusta. And 95 look good from Augusta to Holton via Bangor here. Okay, look at it. MBTA alerts here at 8:13 here. Subway system is looking good here on the Newburyport Markwood line. Train 158, 7:37 it's operating train 25 minutes beyond schedule between Burlington and North Station and Newburyport train 160, 7:55 a.m. from Newburyport has departed. Newburyport is operating on schedule, and Rockford line train 106, 7:22 a.m. from Rockford is operating 10-15 minutes late due to mechanical problem here. And Newburyport train 52, 8:14 a.m. from Beverly is canceled today. The next inbound train will be 160 departed Beverly Depot 8:23 a.m. here. And Providence train 803, 7:20 a.m. from South Station operating schedule between Back Bay and Woodford Junction here. And on the Thursday, looking good. Peter Challenger's time is now 8:14 here on this. On this Tuesday morning, here it is. Time out for weather report, and it is a clear blue day here in New England there. And we got a hazard weather on the day 1 today tonight. Hazard weather not spending time, but day 2 to 7, Wednesday for Monday. So we moderate risk of spotty light freezing rain across the northern western parts of New England and Massachusetts. That may lead to acid creation and subsequent acid travel conditions. Plus, we southwest may gust up to 30-40 miles across the southeast portions of New England there. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this. For today, sun's got about 50 degrees. North force about 3 to 7 miles an hour. For tonight, increased clouds about 32 degrees. Calm with big clouds with southeast about 5 miles at midnight. Wednesday, rain afternoon. Pressure back up to 1 p.m. 55 degrees. Breeze with a southeast wind about 8 to 13 miles. And Chris is 16, 21 miles an hour in the afternoon. West gust size 38 miles an hour. Just pay to 9%. New Christmas months, between half to 3/4 of an inch possible. Wednesday, rain possibly a little before 11 p.m. Then rain likely, pressure back between midnight and 1 a.m. Lower at 44 degrees. And breezy with a south wind about 16 to 21 miles. Gusts increase in 10 to 15 miles an hour at midnight. Winds gust size 36 miles an hour. Temperature is 9%. New Christmas months, between half to 3/4 inch possible. From Thursday, slight chance of rain before 4 p.m. Pot size got about 34 degrees. West from about 8 miles an hour. Temperature 20%. Thursday, most skies got about 30 degrees. Friday, most of the most skies got about 40 to about 25 degrees. Saturday, most of the most skies got about 43 to about 29 degrees. Sunday, most of the podcast got about 42 to about 25 degrees. And Monday, most skies got about 40 degrees. Currently, not 29 degrees with humidity and 9% in its clear sky. That is going to be it for the Peter Channel. Morning news on this February 2nd, 2069. And Tuesday, Peter's going to be a good morning and good Monday. Have a good day. I'll see you later. Bye, buddy.